there, my name's Andy Hillier, and today's guitar lesson is going to be on the awesome track that is Jeremy by Pearl Jam. I was a massive Pearl Jam fan back when I was a kid, and I love this song. Heard it on the radio, so I thought, do you know what, let's do a tutorial on it. So I'm going to teach you how to play the whole song today. I've arranged it for one guitar part. Obviously there's normally like multiple guitar parts. So I've done a one guitar part thing, so you can play all the way through. It sounds cool. I'm going to teach you the whole thing, but just before I do though, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, which is Andy Hillier, give me a like on the video. It really does help the video do some more views. And I love to hear from you, so please leave me some comments in the comment section. This is a bit of a different song for me, so let me know what you thought of the song choice. Let me know what songs I should do next. And if you love what I'm doing, you want to support me, support the channel, and you want to print the tabs off for this, then I'll put it on my Patreon page. I'll leave a link to that in the description. My guitar's in standard tuning. I'm using a PRS Custom 24 into a clean amp, and for a bit of drive, I've got a Wampler Tumnus and a like TS9 tube screamer type pedal to get this kind of sound. Bit of delay and a bit of reverb. Okay, so the first line sounds like this. So to play that, open A string, and then A5 and hammer onto A7, and then play the open A string again. So it goes 1, 2, 3. So you come in on the and of 3. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to play a D7, then open A, and then D5. So the first bar 1 going into bar 2 goes 1, 2, 3. And then the other guitar part plays these harmonics. We've got a G7 harmonic, and then G12. So I'll put them together and it goes. And then it just does that same riff that we had at the beginning again. So the whole of the first line, 1, 2, 3. On to the next line, and we get these other harmonics which go, which is D5, and then A5. Then it does the riff again, and then the same harmonics again, D5, and then A5, and then the riff one more time. And then you can see at the end there in bar 9, it's doing the riff again, but that's sort of going into the verse. But let's just play this line. So we've got. And then that's where it will do that little end lick. So let's put the whole of the intro together then. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. And then it plays the lick again, which goes into the verse. So we're just doing that same lick. So from the previous line, you've got the, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, and there's no harmonics in it. And then when you play the A string again, the A5 to the A7 hammer on, and then the A string again. So, and then this time you play D7 and G6, that's in bar 12, so 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, then does the A string, the 5 to the 7 hammer on, and then the A string again, so it's just, and then it's going to repeat back, so it does the same kind of idea. So if we play the whole of that line, including the A, the A5, the A7, and the A before it, goes 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. just repeats that line again. So you play that line twice. And then after you've played that line twice in the first verse, it goes to the bridge. So again, it's starting with that same riff that you get on the end of the previous line, but then it goes. So for that, we play D7 and G9 at the same time. Then move down 2 frets to D5 and G7 at the same time. Then your first finger jumps down 1 more fret to fret 4, so D4, and still have the G7. It's in bar 15. So bars 14 and 15, we've got 2, 3. And then does that little lick again, A5, A7, A, and then into bar 16 we play the D5 and G7, then back up to the 9th fret on the G string and 7th fret on the D string, and then 1 more hit into bar 17. So if we play from the beginning of the line up to that bar 17, or the first hit in bar 17, you've got. And then it's basically repeating that again. So it's doing it again. Just no lick on the end of that. So hopefully that bridge makes sense. Which takes us to the chorus, which goes. Which is an F power chord, so A8 with D10 and G10. And take that same shape down to the 5th fret, which is a D power chord, so A5 with D7 and G7. Then up 2 frets to an E power chord, so A7 with D9 and G9. Then you're just going to play the note A8, which actually the bass player is playing that, but it sounds cool to put that in. And then an A power chord, which is your first finger A, so no fingers on the A string, then D2 and G2. You could use your first finger flat or 2 fingers. So the first sort of 3 bars of that go 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it goes back to the F power chord at the 8th fret, then the D power chord at the 5th fret, E power chord at the 7th fret, but then it goes to a C power chord in bar 27, which is A3, D5 and G5, and then down to the A power chord. So bars 26, 27, 28 go. And it puts that little lick on the end. So the whole of the chorus then. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then that will go back to the verse. The verse goes twice as long. It then does a bridge and a chorus. And then the little solo bit goes like this. Which is fret 7 on the D string, so D7, then A, then D5, and it's sort of doing that lick again. So A, A5, hammered onto A7, then the A string. Into the next bar we've got D7, and then an A string, A5, hammers onto A7, and then plays fret 5 on the D string. So far you've got. speed. Slowly. Then plays the lick again, like the A, the A5, the A7 and the A string. And then that will repeat 3 times round. So bars 30 and 31 repeat 3 times. So you got that times 3 times. And then on the 4th time round, you carry on. Well, after the 3rd time, you carry on into the next bar, which is the same as the first bar. But then the last bar goes, which is a little build, just playing the A string and the D7. So you play it 8 times. That will then go to a chorus, which plays twice through the chorus. There's one little exception on that chorus though. So you got the, and then it plays, which is playing an A string, then A2, A3, then A5. So that's a slight little change. I haven't written it out, but hopefully you get the idea. So you got, the rest of the chorus is exactly the same. And then after it's done the chorus through twice, we've got like the outro part, which goes for a while. It's just going, which is an F power chord, which is E1 with A3 and D3. Hit that 8 times. And then we've got a G power chord with E3, A5 and D5. And then you move up 2 frets to an A power chord, which is fret E5, A7 and D7, and hit that 8 times. So you get, and then there's just a little bit at the end of the song which goes, there's one more line after this. So you've got the A string, then G9, B8, then an A string. So you've got, then it goes G7, B7, back to the G7. So bar, like the first bar of that goes. Then plays the A, D9, G7, back to the A, then D10, G9, D10. So in that bar it goes. Then next bar we've got bar 40, you've got the A string, D5, G4, then A, D7 and G5. And then the next bar is the same, but it's just got a G7 on the end. So the whole line, sorry, it goes. And the next line, it's basically the same idea. We've got, so A string, D9 and B8, A string, and then G7, B7, G7. And then from here on, it sort of actually slows down. I didn't really do a slow down there on that last one. And then plays A, then D9, G7, A, D10, G9, back to the D10, A, then D5, G4, A, D7, G5, D7, A, D5, G4, A string, and then a harmonic on D7, and then to finish G5. So the whole of that line goes. that's the whole of the song. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed that little guitar lesson. If you have, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, which is Andy Hillier, give me a like on the video, and I'd love to hear from you, so please leave me some comments in the comment section. Let me know where in the world you're from, what you thought of the video, and more importantly, what songs I should do next. And if you love what I'm doing, you want to support me, support the channel, and you want to print the tabs off for this, then I'll put it on my Patreon page. I'll leave a link to that in the description. Well, thanks for watching this. I do appreciate it. I've been Andy Hillier, and I'll see you next time.